It's now 6 o'clock. We're going to call the regular meeting of the Planning Commission to order. So we're going to have, if you have the comments or anything like that, you have these slips. I think everyone's already filled them up, so we got them all here. We'll get a roll call to order.
Commissioner Enciso?
Here.
Commissioner Keith?
Here.
Commissioner Newcomb?
Here.
Vice Chair Bredingham?
Here.
And Chair Barron.
Here. And let the record reflect that we have Kelly Lucia, our planning director, here, and we have Catherine Reed, assistant attorney, here, and then we also have in the back there, we have Celine Sevilla and Mike Thornton here, our city engineer. With that, we will go to our Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the flag. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, God, indivisible, with justice for all. Okay. Now. I have Elizabeth Avila.
I am a voter. I've been voting since I was 18 years old, and in every election I have voted in, and I've never missed. I watch every candidate and what they say, what they do, and eventually I watch also what the actions that they've completed, so I know how to vote accordingly for the next election. And I also tell every relative, friend, neighbor, and anybody else so that they know exactly what took place. I didn't realize this was going to be a different kind of meeting. I expected the mayor to be here, and so I had a different agenda on mind. But being that you are a planning committee, I suppose that your agenda would be the same as regular council, meaning you care about the homeless situation, and you care that whether or not it goes longer or on higher numbers. Well, one of the reasons or the things that you can do to help is by decreasing it, by not getting the seniors to be homeless. And that's by the rent increase that owners around the parks want to have done to us. Any expense that comes to us, obviously, is not helping us in any way. And any emergencies that come up, whether it's from medical, whether it's the utilities going higher, politicians tend to make all these decisions for us. They say they help us when they're not helping us at all, especially the most vulnerable, and that's the seniors. So I just wanted to make my voice heard that one of the ways that you can help is by considering us seniors. Now, the last time I was here a year ago, Senator Ochao Bao had been here as a meet and greet. And she agreed with me when she said that mobile home parks are the last of the affordable homes that are being here in the state of California, not just here in this county. And I believed it was true, and she agreed with me on that. So I'm glad that she was made aware of it. I hope that all of you are aware of it as well. Like I said, any rent increase that we get or any kind of planning that you do, consider, as you guys always talked about. In fact, the last time I think you were here, the last meeting, saying about affordable homes, or it's not affordable to us. Mobile home parks are it. This is it. This is our last resort when we want freedom, liberty, to live pretty much on our own in a home. And I hope that you just consider it next time, or at least anything. Have mercy on us, because we're like a dying breed over here, and we need help, not somebody that's going to hurt us. So if you don't want the homeless problem to increase, I hope that you will consider us, because that's exactly what's going to happen, because there's nowhere else we can go. Thank you.
Thank you. Elizabeth Rohr. Oh?
I have no real comments at this time. I wanted to hear what you as a commission has to say. I think it was enough to have the gas station there and all the traffic, it's going to go ahead and green. I live in one of the modular homes there, right by the gas station, and now with them adding a large convenience store and a car wash, it's going to make that corner even busier and even more dangerous. Can't do much in walking around there because of all the traffic it's going to bring in. I'm just surprised that they can add so much beyond the gas station. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. We're going to repeat this one in? That's the next one, right?
So the Elizabeth Rohr's comments were for the public hearing item, and those two remaining public comments are also for the public hearing item.
Okay.
As well as that one will be reflected into the minutes.
We can wait to hear those public comments during the public hearing
Right.
portion of the meeting.
Okay, the two right here, hers was marked as the item one, and I missed that. That was on me. I apologize.
We can invite her to come back up during
Yes.
the public hearing portion if she would like to.
Okay, at this time, we'll go to approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve or accept the action? Fine. A second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
All right. Business item number 2, 2024 General Plan Annual Progress Report and 2024 Housing Element Progress Report. It's a receive and file?
Chair, that was from the previous meeting.
Oh,
No problem.
I'm on the wrong one, sorry. That's what happens when you don't have a meeting so long. It's like, okay. All right. Like Yesha said, everything's different now with the new program. Like, okay. Now we're good. All right. So it's a public hearing now. EA 2301, Revision 1, and environmental assessment evaluating request to changes to the project's required noise mitigation measures, including a request to remove the western sound wall for the previously approved 2,560 square foot service station with a 3,950 square foot convenience store and drive-through car wash, DPR 2301, located within the city's commercial neighborhood zoning designation at 109 West County Line Road, Calamasa, 92320, APN 410-100-037. Staff.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening. Try that again. Thank you, Chair Barron. Good evening, Commissioners. Good evening, members of the public that are here this evening. As you stated, this is a public hearing for a revision to Environmental Assessment 23-01 for County Line Neighborhood Market that was previously approved in January of 2024. So just as a little bit of background, this project is located in the northeastern corner of the city on County Line Road and California Street. That is the southwest corner, shown there in blue on the exhibit on the screen. This approval that, again, occurred in January of 2024 was for a service station, meaning the fuel pumps, a convenience store, and a car wash. Again, those were all previously approved. Just want to clarify for members of the public that the fundamental project description has not changed. Those components of the application that were approved in January of last year continue to be part of the project description that's being discussed here this evening. It's located in the commercial neighborhood zone, and the graphic to the bottom of the screen is what the existing site looked like before development began to occur. So here's the site plan. We have a roughly 2,500 square foot fuel canopy. That's where the pumps are located, the convenience store and a drive-through car wash, about 22 parking stalls with 5 bicycle parking spaces. This is just a description of the project as it was previously approved. So that's not approval or denial of the project is not on your agenda this evening. This is just an overview of what's already been approved. In terms of surrounding land uses, so the project shown there highlighted in blue on the corner, adjacent to the project site are a couple of legal nonconforming land uses. So we've got the Californian Mobile Estates located south of the project, and west of the project is an existing single-family dwelling unit. Just for reference purposes, that single-family dwelling unit that has been in existence for many decades is located in the commercial neighborhood zone. So when this project was approved, it was considered legal nonconforming, meaning it's a land use that's not permitted there today, but it existed for many decades before, so it was there first. All right, because of those legal nonconforming land uses to the south and to the west, the environmental analysis for the project took a look at how we could attenuate or reduce noise impacts associated specifically with the dryer for the car wash operations. And what it came up with, that noise study, an initial study mitigated NICDEC that was approved at the beginning of last year, was 2 sound walls, one along the western boundary meant to attenuate noise for that single-family residence to the, I'll say west, but I'll also say left. So to the left of the screen, single-family home. To the bottom of the screen or the south of the screen are those mobile home units. And so again, 2 sound walls, one on the western property boundary, one on the southern property boundary. That was one way to attenuate or lower the noise impacts for those units. And another way that the project would mitigate sound impacts were the hours of operation. So the noise study came back and said that the noise impacts would be most greatly reduced to as long as the hours of operation were limited to 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. During the public hearing, the Planning Commission did grant 2 additional hours, and so in 2024, the hours of operation were granted 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. The project proponent began construction activities after the project was approved. So there's been grading on the site. Portions of those walls have been constructed. However, no portions of the gas station, the fuel canopy, et cetera, no vertical construction has occurred at this time because there's been a change in site conditions that warranted another look at the noise mitigation measures that apply to the site. And so what's changed is that the project proponent purchased that property to the, I'll call it left of the screen, and that property has sat vacant in excess of 6 months. So the way that our municipal code reads in regards to non-conforming land uses is that now that that residence has sat vacant for more than 6 months, it's no longer considered a legal non-conforming land use. It is now needs to revert back to a commercial land use. So the project proponent, in purchasing it, allowing it to sit vacant, would like to come back at a later date and request a conforming commercial land use. That's not on your agenda this evening, but that is part of the owner's ultimate plan for the site. We'd like to have a conforming land use. And so because that site is no longer considered a single-family residence, he came to the city and requested that we remove the requirement for the western wall. And again, the entire purpose of that wall was to attenuate noise for the folks that were living in that property to the west. So what we did is we requested an updated acoustical or noise study to analyze the change in circumstances. So the residence is no longer located there. The physical residence is still in existence, but it has been vacant for some period of time, and that legal nonconforming status has been lost. And so through the analysis in the acoustical study, it came up with a change in mitigation measures. And so what the new revised noise attenuation study determined is they brought those hours back. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. continues to be the recommendation of the acoustical engineer. However, now because there is no longer a residence to the immediate west of the project site, the noise report recommended that that noise wall, that it's no longer required in order to meet the noise limits of the city of Calamasa. And so the hours of operation, again, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., that block wall that was previously required on the southern and western boundary would now only be required on the southern boundary. So on the graphic here, you can see the sound wall would remain on the southern boundary, and those hours of operation would be from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay. Oh, this is not time for public comment. Thank you.
I'm sorry, but members of the public, you'll have to wait until the public hearing is open to speak.
Okay, so those are the first two noise attenuation measures. The second two are some project design features that will further attenuate the noise. So first being a specific drying system to be installed in the car wash. So this one is shown to the left of the screen. It's called the 80 HP IDC Predator Blower System. So this was specifically called out by the acoustical engineer as a very quiet car drying system that would meet the city of Calamasa's noise ordinance. And so this is a requirement of the project as revised, that if the Planning Commission so chooses to modify the attenuation wall requirements, it would almost be replaced by some of these other measures, including installation of this drying system or an approved equal. So that's one of those attenuation measures. And the final is that the car wash entrance door will be closed during blower operation. So we have kind of this suite of different mechanisms in place built into the project design to ensure that the greatest amount of noise attenuation were to occur. Right, the recommendation is that the Planning Commission adopt the Planning Commission resolution modifying the project's required noise mitigation measures, including removal of the western sound wall and the other mitigation measures as described as part of this presentation. With that, myself, our Assistant City Attorney, and our City Engineer are available for any questions that the Commission may have. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. One thing I did forget, I'm opening the public hearing. Been a while. So, we have the applicant here do you have anything you want to say? Okay. So with that, we'll go to the public testimony. So, Ms. Elizabeth, if you want to come back up, if you want to talk about any more on this? No? Okay. Thank you. Then we'll go to...
In the bag.
Huh?
Sure.
Did you fill one of these out? If you would, and do that over there and then get it to me, I'll take you. But we'll do Donna Johnson.
Chair, if you'd like to maybe explain the public testimony procedures. So typically, you will fill out a speaker card with our planning secretary. If you haven't already done that, you can come up and fill one out after you have spoken. So.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Donna Johnson. I live in the Californian. I will be adjacent to the gas station, and should the owner go further to the west and develop any more of that, it will be in front of my mobile home. My concern is how tall the wall will be, and will there be just one wall or will there be two? I'm concerned about homeless people coming over the wall. I did go up and down County Line Road asking the businesses if they had trouble with homeless people, and they all said yes, they did, very much so. So that's my question to you. How tall is the wall going to be? Are they just going to be readily able to just jump over it?
Can I answer that, or you want to answer that?
I can respond.
Okay.
So currently, the approved entitlement and construction drawings indicate a wall of no greater than 10 feet on both the western and southern property boundaries. Should the commission approve this revision tonight, there would be a maximum of 10-foot wall approved along the southern boundary. Should the applicant request a taller wall, it would require an additional public hearing and additional revision to the plan and entitlements. But it is a maximum of 10 feet.
I think 10 feet is sufficient. I'm very happy with that. And should it go further to the west, I'm assuming that it would be 10 feet as well, and people wouldn't be jumping over into my yard. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Lisa Jenks?
Hi, I'm sure you guys have probably seen my emails that I've sent before. I've lived in Calamasa for a total of 18 years. I am highly disappointed in the council that have allowed this type of project to be done in a residential area, along with the roundabouts that have been put in. I have sent in a letter, and you guys probably already have my letter that's there. This is in regards to the gas station being also increased to a total of 1,500 square feet. This is going to be increasing I live in a 2-story house that's on California Street. This has increased the traffic flow already with the roundabouts, and it's going to increase the traffic flow immensely with the proposed gas station that's being put in. Not to also say that it's also going to increase the amount of homeless. There's already a lot of homeless already in the area. It's going to increase the amount of homeless that are already there. My husband, in the last month and a half, has almost been hit twice, crossing in the crosswalk on California and County Line Road. While in the crosswalk, the most recent Friday morning, a car came to a screeching halt, coming within 5 feet of hitting him, just because of those roundabouts and the people speeding through there. I hate to think what's going to happen with the increased traffic that this gas station is going to happen. Lord help if he does get hit. I hate to think what's going to happen. Also, the fact that they knew that the proposed project was going to be too small, being that it had started with a smaller amount of land, and now they want to increase it with a more larger proposed project. Like, again, I've lived there for a total of 17 years. I don't want to see this and be increased by a bigger project being put in there. You guys have talked about having the wall increase, or taking down the wall that's going to increase the amount of height. You guys are going to be removing that one wall, and it's going to be increasing the noise population or the noise pollution that's going to be going in there by taking that wall down. You guys talked about not putting a wall back up there, only having it on the south side. Are you guys going to be putting another wall back up on that west side? Or are you going to be keeping it completely removed?
Would you like me to respond, Chair?
If you don't want me to.
Because it sounds like you're not putting that wall back up. You're going to keep it down.
So the request from the applicant is to remove the western sound wall because the residents will no longer be there.
But there's going to be another resident there.
It's, so the property owner of the gas station owns that residence and will be requesting to demolish it and build another commercial land use there.
But there's another residence there on the other side. There's going to be another person there.
Correct.
What about
So-
that person? There's still going to be noise pollution that's going down that street. What about them?
May I briefly? So the noise study indicated that the city's noise ordinance for the property all the way to the west there would not be exceeded by the project. So there's 2 houses there.
One more house. And there's still going to be noise pollution. I don't know. You guys are not I'm 91 feet from the project. 91 feet. There's going to be, I'm assuming that's you. Thank you. Who wants to live 3 doors down from that?
I would ask that we have just the person at the podium speak during public testimony.
Okay, I'm just saying,
And thank you so much for your comments. I just want to echo off of Kelly that the applicant did provide an additional noise study for this project, which did provide sufficient evidence as determined by the planning director in order to make this recommendation to the planning
I'm
commission.
saying the council needs to think of the directly involved neighbors of the neighborhood before you guys take into consideration you guys okaying these projects going on. Nobody thinks about the directly involved neighbors of the neighborhood, of everything going on. Nobody thinks about it. If you guys had this happening in your neighborhood, I guarantee you wouldn't be okaying this. I guarantee it. You wouldn't want this.
I have a gas station in my front yard, so I know exactly what you're talking about, but as for, I better not say anything else.
You wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want it. Nobody else would. Guaranteed.
Thank you.
Just like to provide one additional clarification. There's no increase to the square footage being considered this evening. You find okay. So what's shown here to the right of the screen is what was approved in 2024, which is a roughly 4,000 square foot convenience store and drive-through car wash with a roughly 2,500 square foot fuel canopy. The request this evening is not to increase the project footprint, to
Correct.
increase square footage. The only request before you this evening is to remove the requirement for the western sound wall in accordance with the acoustical study that's been provided.
Thank you. Okay, Humberto?
Good evening. I'm been a resident of Calimesa for 5 years. The lady here said that she lives 91 feet from the wall. She lives 3 houses down. I live like in the middle of the Calimesa neighborhood, okay? I don't think it matters how big, long, tall, wide the wall is going to be. If you get up at 8 at night, 10 at night, 11, no matter, you can hear the freeway noise. Still going maybe 10 cars, 5 cars, and you can still hear the noise. Imagine us living within feet away. I'm sure none of you live around there. Do you? I'm just asking,
I'm at the freeway.
do you live around there? Like 91 feet or 3 houses down or a block away? Do any of you have any idea? For us, people who goes to bed at 5 in the afternoon and get up at 4 in the morning, people that goes to bed at 7 when they're supposed to be closing and they're still boo, the now unattenuating sound of the blower. Because if you go down on the other car wash, you can drive and you can hear that thing going on, no matter what. So please, please, look at these people, look at us, all the elderly that live there. They need peace and quiet. That's what one of the reasons me and my wife came to this town, for peace and quiet. With that, do you think I'm going to have it? I really doubt it. I'm still working, but it will be the day that I'm not going to be able, and I'm going to stay at my house and hear the same noise going from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. So just think about it. Please go and put a chair right there next to a car wash with that noise. Sit over there for 5 hours and see how that's going to sound to your ears. Please do that. Those are very comfortable chairs. You can bring those. And make notes. How many cars, how many people walk through, how many homeless people go through there, how many cars are honking because they run around, they're just about to hit the one in the back.
Okay, your
Please.
time's up, sir.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
know, sir. Thank you. And think about what you guys are doing and where your boat is going to be.
Thank you. Gina Gus? Oh, Glenna. I'm sorry, I didn't see the L.
Good evening. Me and my partner moved to Calimesa in 2021. Part of it was he was less than 60. He was actually 57 when he suffered a stroke. So we left San Gabriel Valley and we came out here because supposedly it was more open, more rural, all of these things. Oops, I'm sorry. The people over here, I know you have to be residents of Calamasa. Is that correct to be on city council?
Yes.
Okay, so you are members of this community. In reading your little bios, everybody is saying that, oh, I used to be in law enforcement, but I moved my family here because I like the wide open spaces. That's not what's going on. We've moved from bobo shops and nail salons to over here where I hear many people just discussing, why do we have all these car washes that are being put in, and gas stations and roundabouts. And yes, we've almost gotten hit numerous times on California because we found out that the sheriff comes from Banning and that they supposedly allot one car here, and oftentimes he's supposedly here at City Hall doing paperwork. He's not patrolling when people are almost getting hit. And I would be interested in knowing the applicant who's trying to have this business. Do you live in this community? Yes. Okay. Do you live near your gas station? Yes. Okay. I don't know. It's an area where I know that it has been told to me that it is like residential / commercial. But when you're buying a property and you're looking at your view, you expect that that view is going to remain there, that it's not going to be obscured. You don't know that it's going to be obscured. And part of, I think, a lot of people's issue is when you guys were deciding on possibly doing this, did you consult any members of the community? Because it doesn't seem like you guys did. And it doesn't seem like you guys care much about what we're going through. And I don't know, you said you're right by the freeway. If you do come over to 950 and you sit and you're quiet, you can hear the hum of traffic. And I know I have a friend in Live Oak Canyon. I can hear the 210 from their house as well. But I don't think that anybody in that neighborhood would be having to deal with a car wash and gas station as their next door neighbor. And my partner, Tom, 4 months after we moved here, was diagnosed with 2 different kinds of cancer. So I really thank you guys when you're thinking about businesses that are good for this city, for thinking that another gas station is the way to go. Because I would suggest go to the old Valero. They are not doing real good. So.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Are you going to read this into the record?
Lisa Jenks, who submitted the email comments, when she got up and spoke today, she referenced her email, and this will be reflected in our minutes as well.
Okay, so this is okay right now? All right, thank you. Okay. I'm going to, applicant rebuttal, do you have anything to?
Please approach the microphone. Thank you so much. Sorry? Please approach the microphone.
Hello, everybody. First thing, the gas station has been approved. So why everybody is talking about the gas station again? That's my question. We just wanted to get the little improvement on the gas station about the Western Wild. That's all is there today.
Correct. We've made that clarification for the public's information. The gas station was approved almost 2 years ago.
Exactly.
And this evening, the subject on the agenda, as we've discussed multiple times, is just whether or not that wall could be removed in accordance with the updated acoustical study.
That's it.
That's it right now. But I'll talk again when you guys decide something else too. So, Or should I say everything right now?
This is your opportunity, Ranjit.
Thank
for,
you. I just need to be the building permit right now. And the wall, we can do whatever you guys are decide. I mean, I'm here, they're here, everybody's here, and I'm gonna go with you guys. I'm doing everything what you guys required, and I will do further everything, whatever is required again. But right this minute, I need to get approved for building permits so I can start the project and we can go side by side, both things. The noise study, we did everything. Even we went further, we're gonna put the doors on the front, so noise gonna stay in, it's not gonna go out. So we're gonna be, as soon the car's gonna enter, the door's gonna shut, noise gonna stay there.
Right.
It's not gonna go out. So that's what we are doing it further up to, not to disturb anybody. So, I mean, you guys can decide whatever you guys think better for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if I may, Chair, the way that the revised conditions of approval are written before you this evening, this stealth drying, predator drying system, the construction drawings would need to indicate that this is, the specifications have been included in the plan set prior to building permit issuance. So
Right.
the applicant, of course, is, should the commission approve this revision, is eager to obtain a building permit. Just want to be clear that the plan set does need to be revised to indicate that this particular drying system or an approved equal will be installed prior to that building permit issuance. The remainder of the noise attenuation measures, including closure of the door during operation, also the installation and completion of that southern sound wall, and the restrictions on the hours of operation, those are all written to be confirmed prior to certificate of occupancy. So I know the commission is familiar with the different timing hooks in construction projects and when requirements must be substantiated. So just to circle back around, 4 noise attenuation measures. 1 has to be proven prior to building permit. It's installation of the drying system. The other 3 would be verified by staff prior to certificate of occupancy of the car wash specifically.
All right, thank you. At this point, I'll close the public hearing, and then we'll go to commission discussion. Any comments, questions on this?
No comments.
None? Okay. Mike?
Okay, I got a few. First off, impressed with the blower machine. Our commissioner found one in Norco. Unfortunately, I didn't hear about that, so I was not able to drive down. Did find them on YouTube, though. Saw a number of those. Yes, they are very quiet compared to the other ones. Just not to get off topic, this was 2 years ago when we went through this, so I'm sorry, people. That's when your voices were to be heard, and we had people here from the neighborhood that did speak on behalf of this. So we did listen. That is why we went with the sound walls, because we are looking out for you. It's also, though, the zoning of that property is commercial, and that is what the owner has to build. And therefore, he has to have his available to use his property. So we have to figure out fit for him, the neighborhood, the city, and everything. That's how we looked at it. So it wasn't like he just rammed this down and said, I'm building a car wash, here we go, this is it. So he looked at it, he's been working on this for years, and as I said, this started back 2024, January. So it has been some time, people. So the blower I was very impressed with, and I was going to suggest dropping the front door as well as the back door, so that would just contain the noise, so I'm glad to hear that. My only other concern would be is the way the mobile home park is if we just stop that south wall right at the corner of the property, then we're going to have the little overhang on the west where we have those other 2 units will no longer, they'll be open to it or whatever for a view. And I know the doors, this is why I really wanted to listen to one in person. This is what gets me, is I'd almost like to see a little bit of a partial wall or a half wall, a little bow on that, just to make sure we're deflecting it away from the mobile homes. That's my only concern with just keeping that one south wall. I can understand we don't need to do the full length wall all the way down now that you've taken care of that. Plus, you'll end up tearing it down when you put another building there, because I'm sure you're going to merge the parking lots. But I think we need to figure out something perhaps to go some distance, I don't know, half the distance of the wash unit itself or whatever to help deflect from those other homes back there. But I did read the noise complaints and the noise things, and if you get a chance, people go through it, it's quite tedious, 100 and some odd pages on sounds and everything else. They were very meticulous, and I was surprised at how low some of the ratings were. So I was just very happy. I'm happy to see someone go above and beyond what they need to do. So as far as I'm concerned, and just let the people know, this builder, I'm letting you know, I've been on this thing for 12 years plus now. He's gone above and beyond before we even asked for it. So he is starting to look out. Thank you for the heckling, ma'am. But you know what? I love seeing you people come here, and I really wish you would show up, because for the majority of time, nobody shows up to these. And all we hear it is when you see them, letter to the editors complaining about stuff. Petitions go out, paperwork goes out, neighbors are notified what's going on. The newspaper has the notifications. All we ask is that you do it, because when you come 2 years after the point, I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't take a question. If you come off 2 years after the point, we're not voting on to approve this project anymore. It's already been approved. We're only working on a wall. And so I'm sorry you're not going to hear the answers that I think you want to hear from us. So my apologies on that, but I'll just, one last thing. Just one, ma'am. Just one last question. Ma'am, just wait. So have I, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We never got any kind of information on
We're not going to have this back and forth between the public now.
I can't go out there, but
Public testimony's over.
Could you tell me?
it goes out to a certain distance on foot, whatever is required by the state. Anyone within that distance gets mailed out the form. So yes, that's the way it works, or anything we ever do. The other thing is, just to be advised, anytime you own a property or buy a property and there's an empty lot next to you, go to the city and find out what the zoning is. You need to know what's zoned around you. We have a lot of commercial property, especially around our main streets. And people are surprised when somebody wants to build a commercial property. That is what it's zoned for. That is what's going to go there. So please, when you have the empty land, I'm in that predicament myself, and we got a Lulu coming on my street, so you people have it easy. And I'll bet you on that one coming up. So my apologies, but yes, we do try to give the notice, and I just want to say I'm glad to hear that you're going above and beyond. So thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good for me.
Awesome. John?
I believe the applicant's doing everything possible, and he has been since we started this project, and I appreciate his efforts. That's it.
I appreciate the concerns of the public, and but as our colleague says, the project has already been approved. This is only about the wall tonight. Right. My only question is, staff, if you know, the direction of this garage where the car wash goes through, how does that face? Is that determined yet, or is that going to be determined in the future?
Determined.
Yes. Perhaps, Ahmad, would you mind coming to the podium? I believe the entrance faces County Line Road and the exit faces California, or is it opposite?
I'm sorry. The exit faces north toward County Line.
Okay, so the exit is facing County Line Road,
Yeah.
which the ambient noise from County Line Road, as some of the commenters mentioned, is quite significant from existing traffic.
So the noisiest, the potentially noisiest part of this is the exit where the dryers are, which is going to be facing County Line.
Correct.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
That's the only question I have. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. And as for me, yeah, I have, I think the west wall, would you be willing to, since you already have the footings poured and everything for that south side wall, would you consider a small distance down the west side to help buffer the one house, the one mobile home that's right there next to the west wall?
Already 6 feet is up. So I can go.
Yeah.
Ranjit, I'm sorry, if you're going to address the commission, can you please speak into the microphone? One thing I would like to mention, so, and Ahmad can help fill in behind me. So what we're talking about tonight is specifically a sound wall, meaning a certain level of the block wall to attenuate noise. However, for site improvement purposes, there is some level of retaining wall that's also going to be required. I think the applicant's going to continue working with staff regarding the level of retaining that's needed. And because the grade difference is such that this site sits higher than the surrounding residences, I think there is a plan to have some level of retaining wall, which may or may not provide some noise attenuation. It wasn't necessarily studied as such, but perhaps Ahmad, you can fill in behind.
Sure, as you mentioned, Kelly, is, we have a retaining of approximately starting from the southwest corner going north, starts from 4 feet at the very corner, southwest corner. As you go up, it gets less and less. So approximately as you turn the wall on the west going north, you start with 4 feet of retaining, then, smaller. And we already have a 6 foot high wall already there, which includes the retaining wall and about 3 to 4 feet above it. Okay. So as far as visually, it's already, pretty tall. As far as acoustical, because we have the door and the wall, to be honest with you, to be honest with you, it's redundant. But as far as visually, we already have a wall that's about 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I see the wall.
From the view of the mobile home park.
And so this gets a little dicey, but the way that it was written originally, because of the grade difference, the 8 feet was supposed to be counted from the side of the gas station, meaning if you're standing, say within the drive-through area of the gas station, you would be able to see a fully 8-foot wall. However, because of the grade difference, even if you were to remove this requirement for the 8-foot wall, for site improvement purposes, again, some level of retaining wall is required. So it's not that there will be zero wall, it's just not 8 feet from gas station grade to provide noise attenuation. It's up to 6 feet to provide retention of soil.
Right.
That makes sense.
The retaining wall part.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be 6 feet tall, 4 feet retaining, and then 2-3 feet above it. If you stand on the mobile home park site, you'll see about a 6 to 7 foot tall wall.
Okay.
Already there, it's already built, so.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, appreciate it, sir.
I like that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay. Well, in that case, are there any other comments, questions on this? No? Then I'll go ahead and make the recommendation that the Planning Commission adopt PC Resolution 2509, approving EA 23-03, Revision 1, and modifying the project's required noise mitigation measures, including removal of the western sound wall from the project requirements for previously approved Development Plan Review 2301. Can I get a second?
Second.
John, second. All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Aye. Any no opposed? No opposed. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Please approach the podium.
Oh.
Please.
The building permit, can I have it tomorrow?
No.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, thank you. I'm sitting there waiting for everything, so as you know, we're already in, so.
So the answer to that was no, and I have to explain why. Okay, so we're going to get in the weeds here on some of this stuff. So the only requirement prior to building permit that's holding the applicant from receiving that building permit in hand is that the construction drawings need to show that this drawing system is going to be installed.
That's in there.
Right now, this plans don't show this because we've been working together on the noise attenuation. And so we've been working with Ahmad and his team to submit revised drawings to the city. Once we receive revised drawings that show this drawing system, the specifications included, then the team will be sure to get the building permit issued. We haven't yet received those revised drawings, but we have put the team in touch with our building permit technician who knows that this is time is of the essence to this applicant.
As you mentioned, Kelly, absolutely. We're going to add this comments to the drawings tomorrow, as we discussed. Submit those drawings and work with your staff to get the building permit.
Okay, so if we receive the revised drawings tomorrow, I'll make sure that the team takes a look as quick as possible. Again, time is of the essence to this applicant, and we want to make sure that we are responsive to the request.
And have we talked to the manufacturer, or the manufacturer of the blower in Chicago? Has he got one ready to load up for you?
Oh, no, this is at least about, probably, well, this is holidays and all that, probably no earlier than end of February. We'd
And
be
so
lucky to get
the
that.
important clarification is that the plans just need to show that this will be installed, and then there's a specification sheet. So as long as the plans and specifications indicate that this will be installed, we would verify prior to certificate of occupancy that the installation occurred, but the plan set just needs to indicate that the installation will occur prior to building permit issuance.
Switch.
Yes.
No bait and switch, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you. With that, we'll go to our commissioners' reports and comments. John?
Just want to thank staff for their work as usual, and glad to be here.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike?
Nothing further.
Nothing further? Mike?
Thank you, staff, for everything you do, and thank you for getting me my packet. I appreciate it, and that's all I got.
Great.
No additional comments, just thanks to the staff, always,
Yep.
Yep.
Always. And thank you, Asa, for the phone call this weekend. Sorry I was out of town. So with that, we will go to our planning director's reports and comments.
All right, I just wanted to wish everybody a happy holiday season, and we'll see you in the new year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly.
So with that, Merry Christmas to everybody, and we'll see you next year. We'll do the adjournment to a regular meeting of the Planning Commission Monday, January 12th, 2026. It's at 6 p.m. in this room.